You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard.
Hello, Tomies, and welcome to Tomes the Chaos Bard. And to my right, we have... Nope, we're going with it. Henley.
Boudreaux.
Lila Garava.
Roscoe.
And Fenrir.
And last time, the group was rewarded for helping the Myconids return to their sovereign and their mound. They received a variety of loot, new weapons, and armor of their choosing. They learned a little bit of lore from the last people of this place, and Boudreaux had a visit in a vision of the mysterious knowledge keeper who demanded the gourd in exchange for answers to questions for the Master of the Dead. Who is the Master of the Dead? What was the meaning of Boudreaux's vision? Time is ticking. Time is growing short. What else will happen down deep under the canyons? Let's find out.
You know, I was really struggling with the phrase of time's growing short because it's such a weird phrase. Time is growing, which means normally getting bigger, but it's getting shorter. I struggled with that phrase for a long time.
Well, now I do too. Thank you.
Welcome, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that introduction. Thank you, Becky, for doing that for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's because it's time as in the plant.
Time is going short.
It normally does grow short, huh?
Yeah. So, and sometimes scraggly. So it's, you don't have to worry no more, David.
So this whole time we've been using that phrase wrong because
Yeah.
it's talking about a plant and not
Yeah.
a measurement of time.
Amen.
A measurement, yeah. We'll move on from that. We'll move on to that.
Philosophy time with DM Dave.
Where DM Dave and Boudreaux and Elsie go in circles.
I never cried over spilt milk, but I have cried over chocolate milk. Okay. So, we are getting ready to leave the Myconids. Are you guys wanted to do anything else, or are you guys ready to move on?
I'm ready to go.
So Boudreaux wakes up and he's gonna pray.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's go back to that.
Okay.
So you just had this vision, right? We ended the last episode with this vision with the Nothic. How is Boudreaux feeling?
I think inside his brain, he's feeling rather confused. So he probably sits up, scratches his head, and he's trying to decipher. Well, first off, he's like, is that a vision? Did I just have a vision or a nightmare or something? And he's like, well, I felt a little different in it, but I don't know how it made me feel. So he wants to seek more insight on how he should feel about this vision or dream from his God to know maybe how to implement this into his life or to ignore it completely.
Okay, yeah. So I'm guessing you want to pray about it. Is that kind of what the lines you're going to?
Yeah, just go ahead.
What is it that do you have a specific way of saying?
Kundas! Sorry, he doesn't go that loud.
I was like, if he goes that loud, I'm like, oh, not this again.
Everybody rolls their eyes.
Yeah, he always wakes up everybody in the morning.
Is it Kundas Day again?
Hello, this new morning. Wake up, Dad! No.
First off, he snores. Then he wakes everybody up with this loud praying.
No, so
We
does a
hate
real-
Boudreaux in the morning.
I've always been a morning person, a morning guy. Hooray. Okay, so he's like, hey, Kundas. And he's kneeling down
Okay.
on his sleeping bag that he has rolled up. He's like, I just had this really scary dream about this, like, one-eyed thing, and I don't know how to feel about it, and Lila Garata were in it, or Lila, just Lila, but the thing was really scary, and it scratched my gourd, and I don't know how to continue. Help, please.
So as you kind of think and you're pondering about kind of what the meaning of the vision was, if there was a meaning, having these thoughts run in your head of just the prayer you just said, you get this feeling of comfort in your heart. And almost like a little small whisper that says, continue forward, my child.
Do you know how? He kind of says to himself / to Kundas.
You kind of get a warm feeling from the gourd again. Kind of very similar in your vision. You were getting that warmth, that glow from the gourd.
Yeah.
And as you look at it and you kind of search over it, you notice that there's a new scratch in it.
Yeah, so he's fingering over the scratch.
And you remember from your vision that the Nothic scratched it. And you get the feeling of that's probably where you should head. Or follow that thought.
What? He's like, you want me to follow a scratch in a gourd? I don't. But, no, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much all the feelings you get.
So he kind of sits there puzzling. He's just kind of confused still, but he does feel comforted. And now we're going to continue on the day. He's going to make breakfast. But he's in heavy... I feel like usually he's talking in the morning a little bit more. And I think he's more quiet than he normally is. Just kind of zoning out and making breakfast. Just kind of like, what the...
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do before we head out? And it's obvious that Boudreaux is not his jolly self right now.
Henley's just pondering over her bow and trying to figure out what that lit up rune means. I'd probably go ask Fenrir if he can read, because Henley doesn't know Elvish, but she knows Fenrir knows Elvish.
Oh, is there different dialects of Elvish?
I would assume so.
Okay.
So, Fenrir. My bow, one of my runes lit up on my bow, like magically. Do you know what it means?
I don't know, DM, do I know what it means?
You do. You do know what it means. Because it's a common symbol that they use, and especially they use it on specific arrows. You recognize this from an arrow that you have recently sent in the past week to Lilana, the message arrow. So that's what the symbol kind of means. It means message kind of through the air.
Yes. That it's kind of similar to this, and he'll pull out like the message arrow thing and kind of show her like, hey, look, there's a rune here, kind of matches up. Yeah, it means like a message that you can send. And it's mainly like through the air. That's why I wonder if this arrow will work here.
As he looks up to the cave
Wall.
ceiling.
Do you think that means I can send message arrows now?
I would assume so, yeah. Do you want to try to shoot this one?
What should I say?
Well,
Or I could try and send one to my brother.
yeah. You could do that. What would you say to him?
Or maybe my mom. I haven't written my mom yet. I'll send it to my mom. So Henley will just write down, like, vaguely what they've been up to and that she's doing good. And the last time she saw her brother, that he got a job, and if he hadn't sent a letter yet to her, to kind of update him on Rowan as well. And she'll pluck back her bow and shoot it.
So are you using the arrow that he's handing you, or are you using
I
your
think she
own?
would try with a regular arrow first.
So you pull back, and you get the same strange tingling sensation in your arm as you just feel kind of energy coming from the quiver down your arm to the arrow. And as you let go, you see the arrow turn into kind of like a ghostly mist. And it seems to just disappear in air.
Whoa. Does it kind of look like Henley's Misty Step a little bit?
Yeah, we can say that.
That's cool. You think this one will work too?
We can try.
So
We're all like huddling over.
Fenrir's gonna take out and kind of write to.
Henley also told her that she found Ilana's quiver.
He's gonna take out the arrow, and he's gonna write down kind of the adventures of what they've been up to as well, and he'll put in there at the very end. He'll put in there he may have more information, and that's all he's gonna say. He's gonna be very vague about it,
I may have more
hoping
information,
that
or I may be dead.
hoping that the lady who's gonna get the arrow is going to understand what he means. And then he will try and take that arrow and shoot it up in the air.
Okay, this one seems to fly like a normal arrow. And then it sparkles and disappears. So very different from what Henley's was, but done to a similar effect.
Geek out player moment. I think it would be really cool if it like travels through the ethereal plane.
That'd be kind of cool, huh?
David's like, ooh.
Are you going to let me know who that was sent to, Fenrir?
As soon as I can remember the name.
His
yes.
girlfriend.
Is it the girlfriend? Or
No, because as far as like I understand, like that message arrow is only
The
meant,
council
Meant for
lady.
Liliana
Council lady.
Evergrove.
like Alana. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like the only. He doesn't. I guess at this stage, maybe he would understand. He can send it to anybody, but at this point, he's just assuming that the arrow is just for Alana,
and you'd be correct in that.
and so he's, yeah. And if you want me to like write out a letter real quick.
No, you're good. So that's the second arrow that you've sent to her.
Yes.
Okay, just kind of an update for her.
Yep.
Boudreaux.
You call them Miss Arrows.
Miss Arrows.
Kind of like a sparrow, but it's a messagero shamaro.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
I love it.
Boudreaux.
Oh, yeah.
I could send a message to Janky for you.
You could do what?
Oh, right. My quiver lit up a rune on my bow, allowing me to send messages magically.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea.
And I think they can answer back. I don't know yet.
Oh, that's real cool. Yeah,
Wait, can Janky write?
No. Nope. Thank you, right there. and then
But I
kind of
can-
wandered off, actually, as you were talking.
Henley will follow after. Like, I know how to write Draconic, and you can speak Draconic, and yeah.
And what?
Henley will start just speaking in Draconic, like just continuing their conversation.
Holy, what holy Magnolia, what the heck? I forgot you could do that. Oh, so you accent terrible.
Yeah, I learned Dragonborn Draconic,
The problem is that he can't read it, so like I don't know who can read it in the Draconic. And
but
then,
I think Ivan spoke Draconic, so he could read it to Janky.
Oh yeah. Well, is there a little bit of pancake mix left over that you just add water?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so he like accidentally.
Boudreaux pre-made it earlier on.
So he is currently pouring too much water into the pancake mix as he's talking to you. Oh yeah, I forgot that he could do that. Yeah. Let's see.
The water.
The what? The water what? And he keeps going.
Your hand.
And he like flips it up and he's like, what did this do to the spider? And he starts jumping around. After me! I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. And he's now on his knees.
Your pancake mix is water.
There is not a spider on me.
I never said there was a spider
Are
on
you
you.
crying too?
No, I'm just concerned about this.
I don't. The spiders are gonna eat me. They
What
want
would
me
you
to
like?
tap
What would you
dance.
like to say to Janky?
I love him. And the spiders, they might eat me. And last night there was this one-eyed bug that like stared at me, and then I scratched my gourd. And he holds up his gourd because that is what he was pouring water with, and he's like, it scratched my gourd. Look.
And you see a freshly scratched mark in it.
This is a holy symbol, Kundas, and I'm afraid gonna kill me.
I just wanted to help you write a letter to Janky.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
And he gets up from his knees and starts stirring the pot super, super slowly.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Actually, why don't you start a fire?
Henley will cast Firebolt.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I usually had to like blow on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna start like pouring pancakes mix, and it's super runny.
Pancake soup for breakfast.
Oh no, they'll be cooked. It's just extremely holy.
Okay.
Just like my gourd.
Swiss pancakes.
I'll send it, and then Henley will like just shoot the bow in the air, and it just disappears like Misty Step.
Okay, when you guys were talking about sending the arrows, all I can picture is that an arrow just like comes down right next to someone's like foot, and they're like, "Holy what?"
We don't know how they are received yet.
It's fine. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Well, I was going to go talk over to Boudreaux before the dramatices, but I think that I probably saw that he was dramatic and got really self-conscious and be like, I probably did that.
Oopsie.
And so I like, it's like, the way that I say it's like they're talking, then all of a sudden he busts out and was like, oh, nope.
And never mind. Detour.
Henley's got that.
I'm going to go finish my letter.
So you mentioned a one-eyed, green-eyed creature?
Yeah, and it wasn't like the one that ate you.
What?
No, it was a bug, though. You got one big green eye. It was green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I need to follow the gourd. And he's showing you the gourd again, and he's like, do you know how to follow a gourd? Because I don't know how to follow a gourd. And I just am real confused.
Can I?
And I don't like the cave.
Can I investigate the gourd while he's monologuing?
Yeah, like it looks like a normal gourd just with a freshly deep
It's not
scratch
like
in
an
it.
arrow or anything in it.
No.
If you, I don't. Did you put that water in our pancakes?
I always put the water in your pancake, Henley. That's why they taste so good.
Okay. What if you dumped the water? Maybe the water would lead you somewhere?
And he opens the cork. He just starts like dumping it on the ground in like a circle or something.
Now you have a circle of mud
And he's
around
like-
you.
And he sticks his finger in it and starts rolling it around.
Maybe how to follow it will become clear as we go?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't like being in a cave no more. I don't like this.
I never thought you liked being in a cave
I don't
at all.
like being in caves.
Well, let's get going so we can get out of the cave.
Do you not want your pancake? Get over here and eat the freaking pancake, man.
Looks more like water to me.
I cooked it. It's like super floppy.
And like falling apart.
He'll take it and eat it.
Half of it breaks off and falls as he's like pulling it towards his
It's like
mouth.
half cooked. Gooey mess.
like half burned.
Instead of pancake toss, it's pancake splat.
Yeah. And he's like, good boy. And he pats you with the spoon, which still has pancake mix on it.
He'll just brush it off.
Oh, no, he brushed your shoulder. It's on your new armor.
He'll just leave it there.
It'll help the enemies have you taste better to the enemies.
They'll go for the moldy, wet pot pancake mix instead of the juicy, skinny Fenrir.
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna make him taste better, like he was offering up for bait.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's yeah.
He's seasoned.
Nice and crusty.
Pancake seasonings.
Greenish pancake.
Remind me when if Lila actually falls out of like crush with Boudreaux that there's not gonna be any friendship there because that's how he treats his friends. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, he
Is
pats
there
you with the
anything
spoon.
else? Is there anything else that anybody wants to do? Ready to head out onto an adventure?
Tally ho.
Let's go on an adventure.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, real fast. How does Keth feel about my pancakes?
He's just gonna eat some rations.
He goes,
Oh, no. I think I slightly shunned them today.
Shun.
Henley pretends to eat the pancake.
Level exhaustion 1.
But she eats probably some rations, like the nuts and stuff that we gathered.
Gotcha.
what's Lila's pancake look like?
Smiley face, but it kind of droops, so it's a little
A
sad.
It's
Smiley
a
face
droopy.
that's had a stroke until half of its face is out.
That's right.
What's the smiley face made out of?
Pancake?
Is it just cut into the pancake that's half done?
Yeah, he ate the inside out.
I'm gonna
I will
cry.
eat the entirety of my pancake then.
Okay. Perfect.
Broken.
Let's go.
Let's really go.
I want to look at my robe real quick
Okay.
because we procured that robe, and so I'm fiddling with it.
The robe of useful items.
Yes. And so I know there's a few patches that are already on there.
Mm-hmm.
But then what are the other ones?
Oh, right, because you get a 4d4.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll for that real quick? Do you want to do that now? Do you want to do that later?
Yeah, let's see how many extra patches on there. So for the listeners, the robe of useful items has a bunch of different patches on it. It can be like
A ladder.
a ladder.
Gold.
I think there's a horse on the
Yeah,
list
So-
as well.
jewels, I think, on one of them.
Yeah, and there's
There
random
is-
patches as well.
Yeah. So let me pull it up real quick, and I will read it because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it has a certain number of certain patches, and then there's random ones of 1d4 random ones.
Yeah.
So that's what Evan's asking about.
Magic item time.
So the robe has 2 of each of the following patches already on it: 2 daggers, 2 bullseye lanterns, 2 steel mirrors, 2 10-foot poles, 2 lengths of 50-foot rope, and 2 sacks. And then I get to roll 44 to see how many other mystery patches are going to be on there.
Okay. So yeah, I'll have you roll the other ones, but you don't know what they are until you pull the patch off and throw it.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually not bad. 2, 4, 6. That's 9. So 9 additional patches.
9 random.
And so they just got like little question marks on them or something. To
Yeah.
Be like, ooh, pull them out and throw them. Cool.
Yeah, it's that villain from the Batman.
The Riddler.
The Riddler.
Yeah.
The questionnaire.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else before we move on? Okay, we will head out. Boudreaux, so as everybody's packing up and stuff, kind of like the anxiety is getting to you and everything, I need you to roll me a wisdom save, please.
D20. Let's go with white. Well, I got 19 without anything added.
No, okay. You're staying composed for the most part because that feeling that you received when you were praying, that comfort, kind of envelops you again.
Yeah. He's still a little droopy, but he can
Yeah.
keep going. And I think talking to Henley kind of helped him a bit as well. Like being actually to express that to someone. So.
Henley's a good listener.
Unless she critiques your questions.
Oh, we're bringing that up again.
Henley critiques a lot more than the question. She just doesn't openly critique things.
Okay, the Myconids bid you goodbye. And as you continue through their underground city, you still see many of these old carvings on the stone walls. These, however, seem to be of a great battle. Seem to be the defeat of the Sentinel of the Mother. You see one on the wall, which looks as if he is being consumed by his own sword, as a staff with a floating cube above it shoots a beam at him and his sword. The staff is held by a cloaked figure with an emblem of a head of a skeletal snake, and its mouth is opened and the fangs bared, ready to strike. And that emblem is on the robed figure's robe. Farther down, you see a large host of the Sentinel's kind, those who look like the Sentinel. But they are in bondage, and they are being led by more of the robed figures with that skeletal snake's skull head on them, walking through some kind of black hole. Above the hole, you see a massive serpent looking down upon the host. And next to it, a bipedal creature that looks like it has a body of a man, but the face has a tentacle-like beard and a round, smooth head, looking very similar to an octopus, standing with its arms folded, watching the host as well.
Would we know what an octopus is?
You guys would probably know what an octopus is.
Okay.
Do we know who Davy Jones is?
They're
No.
just stories passed down by orcs, you know. To scare all the other beings.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I'm your host, Rupert Bumpkin, from the Rocky Talkie Gnome Radio Network. First item of business is the 5-star reviews. Remember that Solemn will give you a shout-out and read your review on Solemn's column. Then he will review your review. It's great fun. Second is the Ko-Fi. This is our Patreon merchandise store. You can purchase keychains, coloring pages, and MP3s of our songs. You can also commission to feed the cast, or write a letter to Dear Boudreaux. If you are interested in becoming a patron, there are 3 tiers, each with varying rewards, including a full post show, DM Dave's deep dives, and coloring activity book with exclusive art. Go to ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard. That is Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, and help us grow. And last but not least, the biggest way you can help us is share us with your friends and family. That is all, folks. back to the show.
Okay, and you guys continue on your travel. A lot of this travel is very similar to what you have seen before. A lot of caverns you have to cross through, a lot of these crevices you have to climb over, that you reuse the rope bridge a couple times to get past things. Very similar to other days in past. A lot of rock climbing and everything. But through this one small tunnel that you guys come out to, what is the marching order here? Roscoe, are you kind of leading the group since you have the map? Okay.
I'll be behind all the short people so I can still see.
Okay.
I'm as far away from Boudreaux as I can be.
Okay.
Which means I'm probably in front of Henley.
And you're in front of her.
Okay. More, I just needed to know who is in the front.
It's me.
Probably the two of us, and I think.
I'll probably in the back.
In the back? Okay. Because I imagine Kath's back there too.
Still by Boudreaux. Not a bad thing.
Can never get away.
Not a bad thing.
No, you can put Thorin in between the two of you.
Oh yeah, we'll put Thorin in between
Thorn's
us.
still there.
Yeah, Thorin will make a noise barrier because he just jabs and talks the whole time.
He is jabbing. Talking about
maybe
the
it's,
adventure.
maybe it's not a good idea to put him next to Boudreaux then.
Boudreaux is trying really hard to be like upset about him from not eating the pancakes, but he just keeps talking and he just can't help but like enjoy his company.
Whose company is this?
Thorin.
Thorn's?
Thorin.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless he ate my pancakes.
Thorin ate your pancake.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're friends.
It
We're
was
buds.
Keth. It was Keth that did not eat your pancake.
Yeah. Okay.
And Herla.
Oh.
Question though, how many days have we been in the cave, unable to forage? I forgot.
This would be the second day.
And how many are in the party?
There is 8.
Okay, so we've 16 rations.
Thank you.
Do I need to do something about that?
We did get a little bit of stuff though.
Yeah, some
from-
of the pancakes and stuff would be considered your rations as well.
So you take one day, I'll take the other.
So what
So
does that
8 and
mean?
8.
8? Okay.
So Roscoe,
So you have 2 left.
Yes.
you head into this one, kind of opens up to this little small cavern. This cavern's about 20 feet by 20 feet, very small one. But you notice that there are skeletons in here, like dead skeletons laying on the ground. And
Is there any other kind of skeleton?
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that they weren't just standing there saying, "Hey guys." But
Valid
they're
point.
on the
Sorry.
ground.
Have you never seen Scooby Doo?
If you never played Diablo.
They're still dead.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Anyway, dead skeletons laying on the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
And as on further inspection, and now everybody's starting to trickle into the room, you guys notice that they are gnoll skeletons.
Oh.
I need everybody to roll me a investigation check, please.
I was like, roll initiative. I was like, what? You said they were dead.
Undead.
Investigation. Woo!
Okay, Henley.
That is a 24.
Okay,
15?
15,
11.
11,
11.
11.
16.
Okay, so everybody but Lila and Roscoe, as you guys are kind of looking over them, checking out their items and stuff like that, you notice that there are no metal amongst them. There's wood there, there's cloth there, there's everything else but metal. And from behind you, you hear Thorin yell as and you guys look behind him, and he has this little bug that is attached to his maw. And he yells, "Rust monsters!" Roll initiative.
Woo!
It's group initiative, right?
Correct.
Got a 5.
You rolled a 5? I rolled a 2. So you guys are first. So let me set the scene.
Set the scene, yes, please.
Yes. So everybody is in here, and it's pretty tight having everybody in here because you got 8 people within this 20-foot area, and normally for combat you need at least 5 feet to combat. So technically you guys are supposed to have 40 feet between you. It is really tight. So I will give you a warning that a lot of your attacks have a very high percentage of hitting a neighbor because you guys are really tight. Unless some of you want to either continue on out to give people room or continue backwards. Okay? You see, as you guys, one's on Thorin, and you got 3 more kind of crawling down the wall.
How big are they?
They are
That's what I was gonna ask.
probably about 4 feet to 3 feet big.
Oh, they're huge.
They're pretty big.
It's a puppy dog.
They seem to be descending from the wall above you.
Okay. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. I have firebolts. They're up high. I can shoot a firebolt without hitting anybody.
Correct.
Okay.
Up high. But once they're down on the ground, things are
Yeah.
going to be really tight unless people spread out, as in get out of this room.
Get out of the room.
Because this room is only 20-20,
Yeah.
and so somebody...
The rust monsters will fill the room essentially, because there's 3 of them.
There's 4 of them.
4 that definitely
But
fill
all
the room.
8 of you are in there.
Yeah.
And you guys are supposed to have like 5-foot spacing, and that's supposed to be 40 feet
Okay.
spacing.
Does Grotha know anything about rust monsters?
Yes, she would. Garotha would know that rust monsters can be very dangerous. And Roscoe would know this too, because these are creatures that you guys have been interfered with.
We've
or
encountered before.
Oh, in the-
encountered. There you go.
In the caves before.
In the caves
Like
before.
when we were up mining and stuff like that? Or-
Correct.
Okay.
They are more of a nuisance than anything, but they love metal. You guys would know. Actually, let's see how much you know. I'll give you like a basis of what you know, and then have you guys roll a... Let's roll a
Knowledge?
nature check for this one, and I'll give you additional information based on your check. So here's the basis of what you know. They are nuisances. They're not very dangerous to people, but they are known to kill people when they have lots of metal on them.
Great. And I'm very happy.
And they degrade metal really fast. So go ahead and roll me some nature checks.
So they're not made of metal. They
No.
just eat
They
metal.
like to eat metal.
Correct.
What if the metal is hot?
Then it's like a warm toast.
Wouldn't it be fire damage?
I'm just kidding.
Like a warm,
I was gonna be like,
how hot is hot? Like a super hot roll out of the
Like
oven?
fresh out of the oven.
look, when I put my pizza
Buttered
pocket in the
roll.
microwave, it's not like warm toast.
Hold on, are you putting
It's like
it
a hot
there?
bowl of soup for them. They
Are
love
we
it.
talking like the first bite of a hot pocket when it comes
Or
out of
the
the bowl?
middle.
Oh yeah.
Or the
Probably-
molten core middle of the hot pocket when it comes out of the
Probably
microwave?
the molten core.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask. I was like, are you putting
So
it
you
on
just see
hot
them go,
enough to make sure the middle is cooked?
Hot pocket. I rolled an unnatural 20.
And I got a 21.
Okay. You guys know that it degrades your armor or weapon very quickly. Pretty much by the touch of the things, it can degrade your armor and ruin your weapons. So mechanic-wise, each time the creature either touches your weapon or you hit a weapon, your damage for your weapons will go down by 1 if it's made out of metal. If it hits your armor goes down by 1. And
if it's made out of
permanent. And if it's made out of metal. And it's permanent. Yes.
So what happens to my whip? My whip is metal, but it's like a. Is it considered? It's an attuned item or like a magical, right?
Right.
So does it hurt the magical items? Because
As of right now, you don't know.
okay. So that's not something I know.
I
or
do
not.
know. But
Okay.
yeah, Garotha doesn't know yet.
Garotha doesn't know.
Mhm. You just know that these creatures love metal. They'll do anything to get to that metal. But they're not super dangerous. But they can be because now you're going to be weaponless or without armor. You guys are kind of in a serious situation with these creatures. All right. So you guys have won the initiative. Roscoe, you had nominated yourself to go first.
Yeah, so since I've had experience with these little evil demon creatures, and I know kind of what they do, I'm going to use my action basically to kind of communicate with the team. Say, guys, look, we need to split up, give them some room, get away from them so that the ranged people can range them without, eating armor and weapons. So I'm going to, say, I'm going to have Lila Garotha go out the exit first. And then I'm going to suggest Fenrir follow up with that, and then me right in front. So I'm closest to the exit, or I'm like closest to the chamber on the exit side.
Okay.
And Fenrir can still range over me without, risking me injuring him, or
Okay.
vice versa. And I would assume that something on the other side towards the entrance is going to happen similarly. Although I don't know what will happen with Thorin, because he has a creature on his hammer. And he's Thorin.
Okay.
And I'm going to switch weapons in that while I'm doing it.
Going to your
So,
bow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Lila, do you follow the orders?
I'm actually trying to be a good second, so I roll my eyes, but yeah, I'll follow the orders.
Okay, so you head out the door. You see Keth and Hurla do something very similar. Keth grabs his weapon and he heads out the door as well. And Hurla kind of posts up by the door with her crossbows, aiming, and she's going to take a few shots at the ones coming down. Oh no, I lost one.
I landed on a 14.
All her shots miss, surprisingly.
Dang.
Okay, we are now to Boudreaux.
Okay, so I can see I'm within 5 feet of any of.
Yeah, so you're right next to Thorn, so you see this creature just trying to gnaw at his maul right now.
And I can't see any other of them.
They're coming down the walls right now, so
But
they're
they're-
probably 10 to 15 feet away right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna do Toll of the Dead, which I have done before.
Spell time.
So then you point to one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a gator's hissing fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12.
Okay, so all these would be a D8 of damage, but we gotta roll wisdom save. What does it have to beat?
15.
First one succeeds. Nothing happens.
Sad day.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
Nope.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
So
Fenrir.
Okay, so as I see this rust monster gnawing on his maul,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want to cast heat metal on it.
Okay.
So spell time. So I choose a manufactured metal object. So this is a metal weapon. You can see within range. You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast this spell. But is the whole maul metal?
Yes, the tip of it is. The part that it's gnawing on is.
But the handle
well,
is
like
wood.
The handle is.
The handle is,
covered in leather.
Would it also? Because
A
would it heat the
mix.
whole thing?
it's a mix of wood and metal. So the tip of it's wood, then it goes down to metal, then there's like a space that is wood, and then the bottom half is the metal. So I would say that the collective part that's metal touching metal would heat up, but the bottom portion of it that is metal would not heat up.
Okay, and that's where he's gripping is the bottom part.
Correct.
Okay, so that's
His hand's on the very bottom and on the wood piece.
and on the wood piece. Okay, so I'm gonna heat that, and it is a concentration spell. And any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when I cast the spell.
All right. Okay, go ahead. 2d8.
9 damage.
Okay. You hear that creature just kind of screech in pain as it drops it, and you can see just smoke billowing out of its mouth from getting burned.
Good.
And then with my movement speed, I'm going to follow Roscoe out the exit.
Okay, kind of station
Station
where,
behind him.
where he
like-
told you to.
Its food was too hot. Spicy.
That's spicy.
Saucy.
Saucy.
Molten lava.
Okay, Thorin seeing that, he kind of gives a smile, and he's going to take a swing at the creature.
With the hot weapon?
What was that?
With the hot weapon?
With the hot weapon.
As he takes the swing, Fenrir is going to say,
Careful, it's hot.
yes, careful it's hot. Careful it's hot. But defeat is not an option when our cause is just and our spirit's indomitable. Giving him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Woo!
And he actually gets 2 attacks. And they both hit. Terrible damage. That is better damage. Which actually is enough to squish this little bug. As a hot maul just pounds right into it. Henley.
Okay. Henley. I will go behind Hurla, so Hurla
Okay.
can still shoot and
Copying
see.
what Roscoe and Fenrir are doing on the other side.
Yes. And so Hurla doesn't shoot me as well. And I will cast a firebolt at one of the rust monsters that are from above.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my luck. My 1 luck.
Your luck stone. Your
Yes.
luck stone. Okay.
Oh, much better, much better. Okay, that's a 19 plus 5.
Okay, that's a hit.
And 4 fire damage.
Okay, that was a good hit. Now it is the rust monster's turn. Let's see. So who's still left in the room? Boudreaux is. Thorn is. I think Thorn probably has the most metal on him right now.
Probably got metal boots on at least.
Boudreaux, what kind of metal do you got on you?
Studded leather armor. No
Okay.
shirt.
Has
He
little.
has the silver spoon.
does
Don't
have
touch my silver
spoon.
It's not. I don't have it out though.
But they.
They can
They
smell
can
it.
Smell it.
Roscoe, you have some daggers on you,
I'm in half
and you're in the half plate, right?
plate, yeah,
Smoldering armor.
with my bow out. But I've got my daggers. I've got my glaive. I've got my half plate. I've got
Okay, we found out who has the most metal.
a bag of money.
His glaive.
Glaive. He does have his glaive.
So yeah, it's me.
Okay, so one of them's still gonna go after Thorn. And you see him clamp on Thorn, and that one's a miss. But then the 2 of them focus on Roscoe, and both of them head after you. Your armor is
Right now, hold on. It is. My armor class is 17.
Okay,
17.
as they do that,
okay.
I'm going to use my reaction. And I'm going to use cutting words. So it's a class feature, and it says at 3rd level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, or otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of bardic inspiration.
They don't have to be able to understand you.
I don't think so. Attack roll, an ability check, or damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of bardic inspiration, rolling a bardic inspiration die and subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines the attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails, or before the creature deals its damage. The creature is immune if it can't hear you, or if it's immune to being charmed.
Okay, fits all that criteria. It can hear you, and it's not immune from being charmed.
So it's gonna lose, one of them is gonna lose 5 from its attack roll.
Okay. I'm guessing you want the one that rolled the higher one, right? The higher number.
Depends on how hot.
Roscoe,
Because if it's a 20, what is your AC?
17.
17.
Yes.
Okay. It misses you. Both of them miss you. I had an 18 for that hit.
Hey, thanks.
Would have hit
Oh, lovely lore bard.
him. Lovely, lovely.
Oh, and as he says, your stench is so foul, even the undead would turn their noses up in disgust. And he kicks the skeleton, but there's no skeleton there because he was on the side of the room.
Ha! Imagine that being a skeleton.
Your mother was a pansy.
Okay. It's initiative time again.
5.
5.
Oh, dice off.
Look,
You want to roll this?
No, you go.
he's got a 4.
6.
Yes.
I was getting confused. 6.
No, you got to roll a d6 there, bud.
Oh, it's at 6.
Yeah.
Oh. 3.
I win.
Oh.
Sorry.
So going after Thorn again, the first one. God, I just cannot hit. The 2 going after Roscoe.
Here's what's happening with him. He's just like dancing with his
He's
hot
just-
potato in his hand.
It's a very Travis thing to do.
It's just the right temperature now. Yum, 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 yum. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, they both miss as well. Goodness gracious.
gave it a
I
something.
cannot roll over a 10 to save my life.
Is something.
But it's saving
Bye.
ours.
Abby, did you touch David's dice?
No. I didn't
Okay,
touch
it's
him.
your guys' turn again.
I think something is bugging David.
Where's that goose? I hear it.
Yes.
So I have a question.
Yes.
They've attacked me, but they have not hit.
They have not hit.
Okay, so as a halfling, I can actually share spaces.
Correct.
Can I step back 5 feet without engaging an attack from them, as they haven't actually hit me yet?
But you would get out of their range, which would provoke an opportunity of attack.
Okay.
Unless you disengage with your action.
But yeah, you got 2 right in front of you.
Okay. I would like to go first.
Okay.
Understanding fully that I'm going to take damage from this.
Okay.
Okay. But I also know what's at risk if they start eating my armor and stuff. And knowing that I have to roll at disadvantage because they are right in front of me, I'm going to use my bow and I'm going to shoot. And if it connects, then I'm going to use my bursting arrow.
Okay. And what's the range? Like, not the range, but the exploding.
So it is 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So it would be them and me.
And Fenrir.
That's okay.
Collateral damage. That's fine.
It'll just barely miss Boudreaux.
I'll give him a health potion. Okay. So
Well, how close is Lila behind Fenrir?
I'm not super close.
Okay.
I imagine that I'm just rolling my eyes because there's nothing I can do, so I'm looking at the walls.
Gotcha. Like, ugh.
What if there's any more like drawings or anything like that on them?
Right. And probably looking out for more rust monsters if they're coming.
And so I'm rolling at disadvantage. I'm most likely inevitably gonna take damage from this. My question is, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're both gonna take the same damage. So,
Let's see if he hit.
and we're rolling at disadvantage.
Hang on. We're still in conversation phase.
No, we just wrapped up.
Oh, my bad. I missed that. Never mind. I missed that.
Okay. All right. So
And action.
okay. So I'm rolling at disadvantage here. I'm gonna give myself a chaos point on my
Okay.
disadvantage. That puts it at a 10.
That sadly is a miss.
Okay. I'm gonna action surge
Okay.
and do it again.
Okay.
Also, I have 1 chaos point left.
Okay.
Oh, that is not better.
Okay. Sadly, misses. Fenrir.
I will also roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
and try and shoot the rust monsters with my crossbow.
Okay, go ahead.
Dang it. It was a nat 20.
Oh.
That's okay. That is a unnatural 20.
Okay, that's a hit. And you go after the left or right one?
Since he went after the right, I'll go after the left.
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay. Now we're moving to Thorn, which he's going to go after the one.
Oh, and
Yes.
I want to use my bonus action to continue to heat Thorin's weapon.
Okay, sounds good. He appreciates that because he's going after the other guy. Okay. And what extra damage does he get? 2d8?
2d8.
Goodness gracious. Well, that one is gone as well. I don't even have to roll for that. Goodness. Okay, so Thorn smashes the other rust bug. Now we are to Hurla, which she's going to take her shots. Yeah, you last.
Save me.
She misses every single shot. She is a little panicky.
So what I'm
Well,
hearing
at
is
least
unless
she's
it's
rolling as well as your rust monsters.
No, right? Goodness.
She's
What I'm
afraid she's
hearing-
going to shoot me again.
yeah, exactly. Unless it's Roscoe.
I don't think she's scared of that.
She's probably afraid that they're going to get her crossbows. She's like,
like,
okay, Boudreaux, go ahead.
Okay, so then I'm gonna give the last bug, right?
No, it's 2.
There's 2 more.
Okay, I give the
They're
last.
both by Roscoe.
Okay, so I don't have to go cross-eyed to look at them both.
No.
Okay, good.
If you
'cause that
want
would've been
to,
funny
go
looking.
ahead.
and Boudreaux can actually go cross-eyed, unlike me. Okay, anyway, so
Is that considered a flaw or?
excuse me.
He has to
Going
roll a
cross-eyed.
disadvantage for sure.
Okay, guys. So he looks both of them down, and he just gives them the super hard, sharp glare, and his eyes start glowing a little.
Okay.
And he does Word of Radiance, which is you utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. And this time, the it might be the same word, but the divine word is bacon.
What color is your divine radiance?
It's light green, just like all my magic.
One rolled a 15,
Uh huh.
which is what he had to match. So that's a dice off.
Is that a 20?
That is a d20. 14.
17.
Okay.
Woo!
And the other one failed. So
Okay.
both of these take the damage.
So 1d6. That's not a 6. 'Cause that, I just got
That's a
an 8.
D8.
You got to
Your most
subtract 2
standard
from
die
that.
you have.
6!
Max damage.
Still matched each die I have thrown, besides the d20.
Okay, awesome. Now we are to Lila, which
I'm doing
doing
nothing.
nothing. Henry.
Thanks, Roscoe.
Yay! Okay, I'm gonna roll to hit. Ooh.
I'm going to give her my last chaos point.
That's 14 to hit. Wait, did you really give me a
Yeah,
chaos? Okay,
I gave
15
you my
to
last
hit.
chaos point.
That's a hit.
Yay! And
Because I'm desperate to not be eaten.
And are you going after which one? The left one or the right one?
the one that is there one that's closer to Roscoe?
They're both close to Roscoe.
Well, does
There's
that-
one that looks more injured than Roscoe.
Okay, then that one, but it was only 1 damage.
Aww. So sad.
I don't know if my chaos point was worth it.
Okay, now we're back to the beginning round of initiative. Who wants to roll?
Lila's up.
Wait,
Lila's not an initiative. She can't roll.
Beat a 4.
I got half that.
Half that.
2.
So you
Not
lose a
doing
turn.
well today at all.
Okay.
hopefully our food gives us better luck.
I mean, at least you're hitting things. I haven't hit once.
Oh.
Okay, going after you again, Roscoe, which Fenrir, gently reminded me that these guys would have advantage.
Pack tactics.
Or
One of them hits.
Before you say the next one,
Okay.
I want to use cutting words
Again?
again
Okay.
for
What do
my
you say?
last bardic inspiration
Okay.
that I have. And I'm going to say, I've heard more threatening whispers from a sleeping kitten than your feeble intensive intimidation.
That's a good one.
I like
Only
that.
these creatures could like actually understand
Talk
what you're
back.
saying to them.
They're just like looking
It
at you like,
inspires me, though.
what's a kitten?
And subtract 4 from that roll.
Unless
Subtract.
the bug should meow. It should be like meow.
And that's subtracting from the one I just rolled.
Yes, because
Okay.
you already said the other one hit.
Oh,
So
for
you
this one.
declared it. The
Oh,
other one.
declared that a hit.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So luckily he did that, because the second one was going to hit as well. And they do.
So does Roscoe get to go back and get new half plate armor?
You take 4 damage.
And then I lose, my armor loses 1 point, right?
Surprisingly, it doesn't.
Oh.
Is it because it's smoldering?
You gave it the smolder, and it's like, oh goodness.
Hey. You said 4 damage, right?
Yes, 4 damage.
Where's that goose, David?
Okay, you guys are up.
I'm doing the same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. Pretty much everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are back up in initiative order, and we're going to keep the same order as you did last time. So, Roscoe.
I am going to be very upsetty spaghetti with my bow, and I'm going to put it in timeout. And I'm going to switch for one of my daggers.
Okay.
And
You going for the most injured one?
yeah,
Or the more injured one, I guess?
because I don't want to pull out my glaive because it'll hurt my glaive. I haven't used you yet. Maybe you'll be okay.
I just haven't used you yet.
Okay, so that's an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Excellent. And then I need. Yeah, that's right. That is max damage for 8 damage.
Nice. How do you kill this thing?
I don't actually want the dagger back because it's useless now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like shank that like I'm backwards dagger, right? So I'm stabbing down basically.
Yeah.
Just like straight into the brain of the creature and just like and then pushing it. Okay.
Kick it.
Go away.
Okay, and it goes motionless. Fenrir.
I'm going to shoot at disadvantage once again.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
Sadly, it does not. So your arrow gets close to the mark, but doesn't quite get it. Kind of, it's the rust monster is startled from what Roscoe did, and so it kind of flinched out of the way just right when he shot.
It scurried.
And then as a
when you
bonus
should've
action,
flinched.
I want to continue heat. Thorns.
Which is convenient because now it's his turn. And he gets advantage because he's flanking with Roscoe. Which good thing because he rolled a natural 20. Which that with all the max damage, he destroys that rust monster as well. Coming in hot for Thorin.
That has to be the title.
Coming in hot.
Thorin saved the day this turn. I think he got 3 out of the 4 of them.
He did.
Yeah.
Good thing we
He
saved
did.
his life multiple times.
Okay, I think we'll wrap it up there, though, for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Big shout out to D.A. Nichols for writing our songs and music and our theme song. She's a wonderful lady. Check out her TTRPG at drivethroughrpg.com. Shields of Power is that TTRPG. If you're looking for some new kind of TTRPG to play, let's see how many times I can say TTRPG.
You can play a leprechaun.
You can play a leprechaun in there. Also, special thanks to Realmwalker, freesound.org, Tabletop Audio, and Monument Studios for our extra sounds and music. With that, I am DM Dave, and to the right I have
Fenrir.
Roscoe.
non-existent.
Boudreaux?
And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye!
Then don't do it.
No matter what, you
Not unless you want Lila to rage on you from behind.
No.
Because
That
Boudreaux,
could get interesting.
Boudreaux is kind of in the middle of things.